Our sky-high foreclosure rate here in California has wrecked families and battered the banks. But there's another casualty not talked about as much. Neighborhoods blighted by abandoned homes that are now populated by squatters. Phil Schuman has a sobering look at California's new ghost towns.
Two-story dream homes stretch for blocks, but there's no sign of children or dogs, just eerie silence.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abandoned homes.
The homes foreclosed, owners evicted, a modern-day ghost town.
Oh yeah, empty, tumbleweeds.
Yards a mess, windows smashed, graffiti everywhere, doors left wide open. For squatters, it's a free ride.
I know there's another one right now that's got electricity and everything.
And neighbors say the neglected homes bring in drug dealing and street violence. Some 250,000 houses, bank-owned, now stand empty here in California. And cities in the Inland Empire may be considered ground zero. Out here, foreclosure and eviction rates are among the highest in the country.
It's like almost every other house on the street has just lost everything.
Real estate broker Chris Walker says the percentage of empty houses is staggering.
So how bad is it? It could be as high as 30%, 35%.
He says the only way to find out is to drive the neighborhoods and see.
See, there's 3 right in a row.
That's George Hemminger's job. He started an internet site after losing his job in real estate.
Oh, wow. The front door is wide open.
He sees a relentless pattern. Nice homes abandoned, then broken into for parties.
He took a piece of this table apart and used it to smash in this window.
After that, thieves stripped the places.
Took apart this air conditioning unit, probably for the copper.
Before long, decent homes are ravaged. Children's bedrooms become gang hangouts or flops for sex and drugs. Neighbors say violent crimes are up.
He turns around, he's just sort of strangling me. I started praying, asking God for help.
Property owners, often banks, are responsible for maintaining foreclosed homes, but Hemminger says he's seen hundreds left rotting.
But the question is, why isn't the bank putting this on the market?
And with so many failed banks, experts say sometimes ownership can take years to sort out. City officials say people that live in this house are benefiting.
They don't have any ties to that property. They're just squatters that are staying there.
And building inspector Scott Burns says he's issued them 2 notices to vacate, but says he can't do much if squatters pay just enough for some basic services.
As long as they have their utilities, we can't do anything about it.
We tried to ask how they get away with squatting for months, but they weren't talking.
That's why I'm not squatting.
But outraged neighbors were.
You can see the front yard's full of weeds, the backyard is trashed.
Different cars, different people. So we don't know who they are or what they're up to.
If you have enough nerve to come and take over a house, what makes you think they wouldn't do something to your family?
In fact, while we were talking to neighbors outside this place, a man from inside rushed up with a passport and an envelope from a mortgage company.
My name is Orson Dan. I own this house. Thank you.
You do not. And you're still claiming that you own this property?
Well, I'm trying to save my property, but since you're with the news,
We pressed him, but all he would show us was the month-old postmark on an envelope.
So let's see what you have.
No, I've showed you more than enough.
The developer here says he's had enough. He's now working with the city and their attorney to evict the squatters and collect thousands of dollars in unpaid fees.
Hopefully we'll get a nice family in there that'll take care of their yard and their home.
Meantime, it's the neighbors who are really paying for all this, living in the wreckage of their once pristine communities.
Right now we're paying for it in property value. Ultimately, we're the victims.
Phil Schuman, Fox 11 News.